Okay, hello everybody and welcome. This is the first episode of the Panther Scoop and we are so excited. We got a lot of special guests for you today. So this is Jemison's exclusive sports and activities show. I'm Big Mama and behind the camera today is
Big Red.
All right, he's running production, y'all, because if you've never done a live stream, it's a stressful event. So we made a last minute change. He's also sitting over there because he's stinky. It just came from football practice.
Okay.
Ha ha. Well, this is a Cleats and Calves production sponsored by Old Town Scoops, Scoops on Wheels, Old Town Boutique and Gifts, and Rudicil Laser and Wellness. And we'll talk a little bit more about all those folks in a little bit. So if that's it, let's get into our first guest. Big Red, you know what to do.
All right, y'all. For our first ever guest on the Panther Scoop, we have a man that has done everything. He's been a teacher, a coach, a principal, and now the superintendent of Chilton County.
Woo-hoo.
Everybody give it up for Chilton County's own Corey Clements.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Clements. We're so excited to have you. On a whim, I reached out and said, would you do this? And you said yes. And then I kept it a big secret. I didn't tell anybody. So the cat's out of the bag. But since you're here, the first thing I want to say to you is thank you for everything that you do for our schools, from the resource officers to the stadiums to the programs for the kids, career tech, all that. We've seen big changes in Chilton County since you've been elected, and we do appreciate what you're doing. So
well, thank you very much, and there's more to come.
Well, I can't imagine the stress that you must be under running all of that. So. But our first subject we're going to get out of the way, we kind of had a mention from another parent, and everybody's real concerned over the new Alabama cell phone law. So let's just get that out of the way because everybody wants to know about that. What is the procedure if the child needs to contact a parent or guardian, and what do you want them to do with their phones so that everybody's safe and happy?
Yeah, well, the first thing I would like to say is this is not something that I sat around and came up with, and the principals came up with or anything like this. This is state law.
It's a state law.
It's passed by the legislature and then enacted by the governor. So we don't have any leeway with this. This is the law, and then at the end of the school year, the teachers are actually going to be given anonymous surveys and report back to the State Department of Education on how their principals and their administration have implemented the Focus Act. So there's no getting around what the law says, and the law is specific that students can't have a cell phone or a wireless communication device on their person during instructional time. So that means either stored in a locker or in your vehicle during the school day. And of course, we have so many kids involved in extracurricular activities. There's always going to be I forgot my cleats or practice got canceled. And that's something that is going to be like when all of us are in school, you're going to have to go to the main office and ask to call home, or of course everyone's going to have a Chromebook where they can email their parents or something like that. And there's still ways to communicate. I know most people are worried about emergency situations and things like that. But like you mentioned, we will have a school resource officer in every school building. So there's not any sharing of resource officers anymore. So our first step would be to go to the office if there is an emergency. And then I know in some of our places, phone service may be spotty at times.
That's my only concern, is that a lot of times the internet goes down, which runs the phone service. That happens at the medical office that I work at, and then we're just stuck like Chuck. We can't do anything but.
All our resource officers have the ability to communicate with their radios. So in the event of emergency, we will still have communication in all of our schools.
Okay, well, hey, I'm happy with that answer. I didn't grow up with a cell phone in my hand. I'm an old lady. We didn't have them in 1990. We didn't get them for a while after that. So we know what to do. We just have to remember how we did it. So I'm good with that. Yeah, I can tell that y'all are maybe have fielded a lot of frustrations and things with that.
Not as much as you would think. Every parent that we've communicated with, they'll tell us that there's some portion of the act that they don't like, and then when we we don't even have to explain that it's law and not something we've done. They all know that.
It is.
They just, there's always something. And of course, there are exceptions for students with medical conditions or with a 504 plan. The simplest thing I can think of is some students have apps on their phone to check blood sugar if they're diabetic. And
I hadn't even thought of that.
Of course, we allow that.
Okay.
That's allowed within the act, but the thing is, this has to be something you take and you pull out of your pocket and you check one time and then you put it back in. It's not going to be a disturbance.
Okay. Well, state law, we got to do what we got to do, and we roll on with that, right? Go Panthers. Okay, everybody be kind about that. We'll move off of that. Now, you were a coach before you were principal or superintendent. And what did coaching teach you that still helps you lead your team? Because I was thinking about this. I was like, oh, he really is still kind of a coach. So that's perfect.
I think the biggest thing is as I look at these guys here, they were sitting talking about it, is understanding that every person matters. There's no such thing as an insignificant member of your team, that every single kid always mattered. It doesn't matter how much ability they have, that they're all important, and you have to make everybody in your organization feel valued. And I carry that every day. I feel like there's no unimportant parts of education.
Exactly.
One of the things I ask our principals during principal evaluations is ask them, who do you think is the most important person in the school building? And you get, with 12 principals, you get 12 different answers, because there's not a correct answer to that. Everybody in the building is important.
Well, you're absolutely correct in that. And we learned that in healthcare. It does not matter what your title is. It takes all of us to get things done. So, and you bringing out that you value all of your employees is really, really special. So thank you. So the new Career Tech and Innovation Center at Jeff State, what does that mean for our students in Chilton County? Because this is huge, y'all. This is huge.
Well, we hope to have some very good news on that front coming soon.
Within a scoop
within the next 10 to 15 days. We hope to have a scoop on that we'll be glad to share with
Did
everyone.
you know in 15 days we'll be doing this again, like in 2 weeks, every Wednesday. So you're welcome to come here and share first.
Okay. Well, the main thing is right now we don't have the room or the number of instructors to take every student that needs to be at the Career Tech Center. As a matter of fact, we have waiting lists for some of our programs already. What we want to do is be able to double the number of students that are able to take courses through our Career Tech Center, and then at the same time give them a new facility with new equipment and updated things that are more relevant to the workforce today.
Right. Well, I did read. Now, I want to know if this is true, because, I'm an old nurse. This is year 33 or 34 or something like that. But I read that a student could do the health occupational pathway, and when they graduate, they could test for the LPN. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Holy moly, y'all. That is fantastic.
We'll be able to offer dual enrollment through Jeff State for all of our health science students.
Yay.
And if they go, it's actually on a 3-semester program, but if they're with us the whole 2 years, as an 11th and 12th grader, when they graduate, they'll be able to set their LPN.
That is amazing, y'all. That is such an amazing thing, because look, we're getting older, and there's a whole bunch of us Gen X. We're going to need some folks to come hand us pills, okay, and do a lot of other things. They're in home health, they're at nursing homes, they're at doctor's offices. Nurses are important, and we're all getting real old. So thank God the Calvary's coming. Thank you, Mr. Clements.
I will say health science is our most popular program that we have. We had to add a 4th instructor this year, just so we would have enough.
Fantastic.
So, currently, we'll have 80 students enrolled in health science.
Fantastic. Well, one of the schools that came to visit you, Coach Roshon, I think was at Oak Grove. They had a student training program where they were teaching the students to be trainers. So let me put that pearl in your pocket for you. Maybe y'all can use that. Okay. We saw those SROs singing "My School" on social media, and they were getting it, y'all. My school, my school. It was great. What exactly did you promise those folks to get up there like that?
Well, I didn't have to promise them anything. All I had to do was get the right speaker there. We had a speaker named PK that came in and gave our in-service message, and he was outstanding, and I think he could fire up just about anybody. And again, I will say, look, we are tickled that the city and your chief here in Jemison have worked with us to get an SRO in every one of your buildings, and that we're not sharing that anymore.
That's fantastic.
And look, I've talked to the chief, and we won't add another one. We want someone, an additional person, because of the number of students you have at the middle school and the high school. We would like maybe next year to add another one. And your municipality here has been wonderful to work with.
Good. Well, we are growing. People are moving south, and they're coming right on down here. So do we have any questions for Mr. Clements so far? No?
I don't think so.
Okay, just checking in, making sure everything's okay. Y'all, I'm used to seeing all of this, so this is a trust issue for Mama, but we're getting through it. Okay, on ABC 3340 School in Crisis Town Hall, they brought to light some big challenges, and you did a great job. You did a great job for us. I did seem to feel like some of our issues aren't the same from what I see. Or is it? Would you like to touch on that?
Well, one of the things that they talked about was the School Choice Act, and honestly, like I tried to point out, was I think we have a great product in the public schools here in Chilton County.
I think so too.
Our enrollment is up about 100 right now from last year. We actually have 81 students coming to us from private schools, and hey, look, I'm a firm believer that competition is good for everybody, and I love a challenge, and I'm a believer. I'm a product of public schools. I think all of these guys that are here that you're going to talk to are products of the public school system. And Coach Ellison and I were talking before, but a lot of times you get out of something what you put into it, and if you want a quality education, you can get the best education possible here in our school system.
That is true. That is absolutely true.
I love our teachers. I love our teachers.
Hey, look, these teachers care about these kids. That is 100%. I will give all of them hands down props. That we've not had one bad experience since we've been in Chilton County, and it's been several years now. And as far as top-notch education, he's sitting right there in front of you because he might be the valedictorian and he might be going to Ivy League. So.
That's great.
And hey, go Chilton County. So we are excited about his opportunities for the future. So
there's some great things going on in Jemison High School too. I'm glad you mentioned that. You're going to see in November, late November, early December, when the school report cards come out, you're going to see some fantastic things, areas of improvement at Jemison High School. Really pleased with some things that are going on.
Well, hey, we're very pleased with it. Or I say we, it's me. I'm very pleased with the education that he's getting. And we chose to stay in Jemison over going back to a bigger school system with more money. So if y'all don't believe that Chilton County can raise good kids, there's one sitting right behind that camera. So. And a whole bunch more on all them teams and different activities. So, all right, bonus questions since we don't have any anonymous questions. Any anonymous questions from the audience? No? Everybody's shaking their head. Okay. All right, you got $20 to spend here at Scoops, okay? But you can't share it with anybody. Now, there's at least 15 of us right here that would want a spoon, but you can't share. What are you buying?
Well, I told you that was a great question because I'm just not a food person, but my two most favorite things in the world to eat are cereal and ice cream.
Oh.
And so I would spend all $20 on ice cream, and it would not matter what flavor it was. I love ice cream.
Okay.
So unless they have cereal over there, then it would all be spent on ice cream.
Can we get Mr. Oh, somebody get this man $20 because I ain't got it.
What kind of cereal ice cream do we have?
This is fruity cereal. It's kind of like the Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah.
I would spend all $20 on the cereal flavored ice cream.
You may have to let me share that. Okay, but I can't have sugar. So, well, okay, y'all, we're going to switch. And while we're switching out, we're going to give some shout outs to local folks. We've got We are here at Scoops, of course, and Miss Tiffany Gaines is here. She also comes to all the games with Scoops on Wheels. We've also got Cook It Up Court in the house. I know y'all can't see her, but they're right over there. So, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Miss Courtney in just a minute when we talk to Coach Ellison, because there's something really funny y'all need to know. So I also want to let y'all know that Old Town Boutique has your game gear, and there's a big summer sale right now, girls. I was looking. I ain't got no money to buy it, but I saw some things. We'll talk later. Look, I'm always trying to make a deal with Tiff because she knows I'm poor, so she's very kind to me. And also Rudicil Laser and Wellness. That's where I work. Also, it's a medical office, an internal medicine office. And we started a nurse-run wellness center back in February. We've kind of adjusted the hours recently. We now can see patients Monday through Thursday. So if y'all are interested in that, we will put the number in the links in the comments so y'all can call and make an appointment. If you just want to feel better, we got something for you. If you need to lose weight, we've got life coaching. We have the products, okay? And you know the market's always changing. But me, I'm not using GLP-1s. I've modified my diet and lifestyle, and I've lost 52 pounds. So I'm a smaller big mama than I was last year. And look, my whole purpose for it was I was facing some diabetes and some kidney failure, and I thought the devil get behind me, let me change my life, because Big Red's gonna go to college and play football, and I gotta be able to get up and down all them stadium steps, y'all. If I gotta walk to the top of one of them double hyphenated name stadiums, I ain't gonna be able to make it. But now I can do it. I can do it. So, all right, we're gonna get Big Red to introduce Coach Ellison. Let's go.
All right. Today, for our second guest, we have the vice principal and head baseball coach at JMS. Y'all give it up for Coach Ellison.
Woo, Coach Ellison. Okay. I'm
not Coach Jones out.
We did not Coach Jones out, did we?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not aware of this, my bad.
You're great. You did great.
Look, we'd be looking at the websites trying to update stuff. So, all right. Tell me what's new at JMS.
Well, first of all, this is new.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Well,
and
thank you for coming.
We appreciate this, you and Big Red. You know, we love y'all at JMS because y'all
Well, we
are
love y'all.
always family. Y'all still help us out. But so we appreciate this. Stuff like this is new and just super exciting because it helps get the community involved and get these kids some recognition.
Hey, we just want to get y'all attention. That's what this is for.
We've got a, it's still new to us. We got it last year, a multi-purpose facility.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That our football definitely is benefiting from right now, but baseball uses it, softball. So we're proud about that.
It's nice in there too. The door was open. I went in and I went, ooh, look at that. Oh, wow. Okay. It's nice.
Everybody's just been getting ready to go for a new year.
It is nice. So congratulations on that. All right, now let's get into Cook It Up Court, who told me through the grapevine that you have a little bit of an obsession.
Yes.
And anytime her food truck shows up, you're the first one in line sometimes.
Yes, I try to be.
What are you obsessed with?
Well, it's her fault because
It's her fault.
Until she started
It's her
making
fault.
those Philly cheesesteaks. But yes, they're my favorite. They're red. I have to apologize to Hunter Coward and everybody. A court pulls up. It's like the bat signal goes up in the sky. And I show up.
That is hilarious.
And get one. No, I love them. They're great. She does a great job.
Well, when I heard that, I just couldn't do anything but giggle. So thank you for letting me talk
They
about it.
know which one I'm going to on
It is-
Friday night.
you-
here.
you
Even though
have a
there's bunch of them, I
reputation.
love them all, but they know which one I'm going to be.
You have a reputation. Now she's not forcing that in your mouth. I just want to put that
I'm
out.
a willing.
Okay,
I'm a
willing.
customer.
That's great. How long have you been at JMS?
I'm starting my 22nd year. I just finished up my 21st year. I've been blessed to be there the whole time. I told the story. Mr. Clements' uncle, was the former principal a long time ago, Coach Neil Clements, and he hired me, and I kind of told that story a minute ago. But
Cool.
I've been blessed to be there the whole time. I told my kids the other day, between my high school days and my teaching days at school, I have, math-wise, spent more days on that campus in my life than anywhere else.
Hey, that is some dedication for real.
Anyway, I've been blessed to be there for 21 years, and I don't know about 21 more, but several.
Well, I was going to say, I was counting. I was like, he's 3 years away from retirement. What would we do? Holy moly, you're still
I'm
young.
2 years away from my daughter getting to school with me, and then
okay.
my son Dylan just finished up his 2 years with me. So I'm
All
definitely not
right.
going anywhere from
So
hopefully.
we got you for a minute.
I
So,
hope so.
well, you have a very unique side hustle, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So give us just a quick thing on what your side hustle is.
Well,
Some people don't know.
It's called Magnolia Marsh Retrievers, and we raise labs, Labrador Retrievers. We kind of got into it by accident, which is, I'll save that story, but we realized we enjoyed it, and we've been doing it for about 5 years. We've transitioned really from selling puppies to we're trying to donate them, getting them into schools and hospitals. My daughter actually has started a little, I guess, foundation maybe, Puppies with a Purpose.
Awesome.
We're trying to sell some shirts and hats and some other
Well,
Magnolia Marsh things, but it's to raise money to either train and pair therapy dogs, or if and when we have litters, we work with canine companions and we donate dogs, and then they train them at Maxwell Air Force Base.
That is fantastic. Get us a link. Send me a link, and we'll put it in this.
Well,
and
thank you.
hey, we'll have your daughter on and have her talk about it. 'Cause
Sure.
if she wants to come, because oh my gosh,
Thank
that
you.
is such a wonderful thing. Okay, well, Big Red, we'll introduce, if you'll, and please hang out with us, because you two, y'all kind of like salt and pepper, you go together. So introduce
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise. I almost spit on y'all. But, well, don't go driving off the cliff,
No,
okay?
you
Because we got to
don't.
get through football season.
right.
You can wait till it's
No,
over.
we're not doing that.
All right, tell me who's next, Red.
All right. For our third guest, we have the head football coach, JMS. He's coming off of an undefeated season and onto our show. Give it up for Coach Roshon.
Woo, Coach Roshon. Well, Red got that started, and that's what I was going to say first. Congratulations on an undefeated season. That is very tough to do with the age group that you have.
Yeah,
So
thank you very much. I
congratulations.
appreciate that.
What can you speak to that made that year so successful?
We had some really, really great athletes. We had some really, really great coaches, and we were very, very fortunate. There's no way you can win every game unless you have a little bit of luck on your side. I don't care how good your players are. I don't know how good your coaches are. You've got to have some great luck.
And prayers.
With that.
Lots of prayers.
We were
Lots of prayers.
blessed. All the guys played hard. They did exactly what we asked them to do. And when you do everything to your best ability,
Yeah.
good things happen.
It was so fun to watch, and thanks for letting us broadcast what we could. Still planning, let sister know, to go live for the games for you so your sister can see that. Red will film it while I'm working the home games, and then we'll go off to the games together. So,
Wonderful.
yay. How can JMS sustain success from last season? How do you keep that rolling? Because
Grind. It's the grind. It's the same grind every year. We just do the same thing every year. We start in June. We start working out. We start running. We start learning the plays. We start learning how to tackle, how to block, and we do that until the season starts. And if it sticks, great things happen.
fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see it again. It is so fun to be out there with
I've
those
got a really
kids.
young group this year, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the JY8, they're just doing every year. It just gets better and better.
It does. Those coaches hustle, and they've
These
got
kids-
skills.
These kids like to tackle. They want to hit. They want to run. They never complain. It's really amazing. I'm shocked and I love it.
That's great.
It's been a great summer so far.
So attitude coming in is right. Fantastic. Well, sometimes kids are kind of awkward at that age, and then all of a sudden they're growing into their bodies and things. So
Yeah.
just the fact that they're hustling like they are is really good. So when you're preparing the kids for the high school, because there's comments out there in the world, why don't we do our program like this program where the same coaches coach all the way on up? Do y'all use the same plays or techniques that Jemison High School does?
Absolutely. I mean, Coach Davis and I, we have a great relationship, and I talk to him quite often. And I talk
Hey,
to
Coach.
all the coaches. So, Coach, I talk to all the coaches, and we discuss things. And, I feel like my job, my coach's jobs are to teach the fundamentals. And we want them to be prepared so when they get to high school, then they start learning the fine art of
Right.
football. So we do the same things, but they just take it to another level.
Terminology,
Yeah.
schemes are the same.
Okay.
Because they're learning the basics, and then, like you said, they take it to that next level when they're ready for that.
Well, hey, I know you're very creative in what you do with your players because Red was the water boy for a couple games, and the next thing you know, he's on the line, and here we are. So you're pretty good at plucking the folks out that might have potential. So thank you very much for that. So, well, I'm going to ask y'all the same question that I asked Mr. Clemens. You got $20. All right, we're at Scoops. I know you'd take 10 and go get a cheesesteak.
Well, if Courtney was out there.
If Courtney was out there.
I know she's out there, hey, Court, but if that trailer was out there and her T had it fired up, that's where I'd take my $20.
Did you hear that?
But if it stays in here, it goes with the, it's been my obsession. What is it? Coconut toasted almond? Coconut chocolate almond?
Coconut chocolate almond.
Coconut chocolate
What is
almond.
that?
Almond joy.
That, I've eaten that all.
Like, is it ice
tastes
cream?
like Frosted Flakes, Mr.
Oh,
Clements,
okay.
to me, so you might want to try it. 'Cause to me,
Frosted
it tastes like
Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. But
Ooh.
that's where my $20 goes, that specific ice cream. I ran
Okay.
across that this
But
summer,
if-
and I ate it all the time.
But if Cooking Up Court is right there.
Oh, yeah.
Where you gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No offense.
Yeah. Well, I'm a salty over sweet, so I'm going to.
Okay, all right.
For dessert, I'm coming back in here.
That is hilarious. All right, Coach Roshon, same question. What you
Oh,
get?
I'm going with that crazy pizza in there. The cheese, I love it. It's one of my
So-
favorite pizzas around.
Oh, I did
I
see
don't know if
you.
y'all have tried that, but the pizza here is unbelievable.
Okay.
Great crust and everything.
Hey, look, I'm proud
I
of
wish
you.
isn't that Dave Portnoy that does the pizza thing? I wish he would come here and have one bite of that.
Oh, hey, we'll invite him. Like I've been inviting all kind of people to come to Jemison. We'll see if they show up. So, all right, we're gonna switch out again.
Well, thank you, first of all.
Oh,
Thank
you're
Thanks for
welcome.
all
You're
you do.
welcome,
Appreciate
Coach. Hey, you know I do anything for y'all.
Absolutely.
Y'all taking good care of my boy, and you know the dads in his life are all sitting in this room. So a big collective thank you to the people who have stepped in when there wasn't people.
He
So,
is a good boy. You told the absolute truth.
well, thank you. I think that, but you know, I think you hung the moon.
We
So.
do too.
We do too.
I would like to put in one shout out for
Oh,
our middle school
please do.
volleyball.
Please
They've
do.
been practicing hard. Both coaches had priors tonight. But
Yep.
they would have been here had they could. August 21st is going to be their first game at Columbiana, but their first home game, if anybody can't make it all the way over to Columbiana, is September the 8th at Prattville. The JMS gym, only gym in the county with air conditioning. Come on in, we'll keep y'all cool.
Woohoo.
At 4:30. So shout out to the volleyball team, Coach Boyd, Coach Campbell, all the girls.
Oh, they do a great job.
Thank you, we appreciate you.
They do a really great job. September 8th
Yes.
at the middle school.
4:30.
4:30, air
Air
conditioning.
conditioning.
Thumbs up.
I also
Fantastic.
You know what? I need to add on that because our cheer team. Our cheer team
Yes,
has
yes.
been there practicing
Yes.
every day with the practice.
Yep.
So as the football team has worked all summer, the cheer team has done the same.
Hey, look,
I'm really proud of them.
Our cheerleaders on both sides are fantastic. I did reach out to the volleyball coaches, cross country, the cheer squad. They are all in the middle of trying to get back into school. So they did decline and said that it was okay for y'all to rep them. And we're going to be hearing from them in person. But hey, the middle school and the high school cheerleaders went to camp and absolutely killed it. Killed it. So we are so lucky to have them. So.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Red.
Thank you, Red. Thank you,
Sir.
Well, while we're switching out for a minute, I just wanted to talk about our film schedule because it's pretty extensive for the next 90 days. On Mondays and Tuesday nights, we'll be covering the JV games, and there's a JMS middle school game on a Tuesday when we play Chilton County. On Wednesday nights, of course, we'll be right here giving you the Panther Scoop, and then on Thursdays, we'll be doing the middle school games, okay, except for the Chilton County game. Now, as far as the football games, I will cover the away games for sure. And for the home games, I'll do some live local coverage and some special things. So y'all can come by and say, hey, but I got to film Red, y'all, because, you know, we're trying to get recruited and I got to get some film. Okay, so I got to do that part at the home games. But and then every Sunday, y'all probably don't know, if you don't watch, you might be seeing this on Facebook later. A lot of our local Jemison people, they follow on Facebook. We put out a lot of NFL content. Every Sunday, we put out a facts video, 5 facts, 5 things you need to know about. And sometimes through the week, if there's a lot of stuff going on, like yesterday, there was a lot of stuff going on. We had to talk about Terry Bridgewater and Shedeur Sanders starting and things like that. But on Sunday afternoons, when the NFL season gets started, we're going to be having a hangout at our house, and we're going to film it live. And we can't show the NFL games, but we can talk football and have a little tailgate. So if anybody wants to get in on that, follow us. So now it is time for the newest teacher in the building. And we're going to let Big Red introduce him. We are so excited to have our high school folks. Thank y'all for coming.
All right. For our 4th guest, we have a Jemison made man. He's a history teacher and a football coach for JHS. Give it up for the handsome man himself, Coach Schoolar.
The handsome man himself. Well,
got you.
Congratulations on the new position. We're so proud of you. And we know how hard you've worked to get there. Now, you've been at the school for a while, and you've been the football coach or one of the assistants for a while, but your role within the school has changed a little bit. Tell us about that.
Well, obviously, I'll be teaching U.S. History 1, U.S. History 2, and a CTE elective, which for this sake of time, I won't go into explanation of that. But I'm looking forward to it. I always say, and I can't help but notice now that I finally, got a little bit of salt and pepper on myself, but history seems to repeat itself. So it's always something we can learn from. It's something new. It's going to be some challenges like with anything that's new, but I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Hey, if y'all take a field trip, I would like to be a sponsor because I'm a big history geek. Okay. And I just like to throw this out there. We could go to Egypt. Just saying. We'll raise some money. We can go see them pyramids. Yeah, that'd be a great group trip.
That's almost ancient history.
Oh, bummer.
History.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, I'm a nurse. Okay. But I get really excited about Egypt. Okay.
Not sure we have a passport. So.
I have a passport. Red has a passport. What you waiting for? Let's go. All right. Well, thank you for being a history geek. We appreciate that. Now, JV is always kind of a different animal. And I can't imagine how you prepare. So that is my question for you. How do you game plan for a JV game?
Well, first of all, I got to talk about the primary goal of JV.
Okay, now, wait. Before you launch into a Coach Schoolar special, please, please, please treat our audience and myself like we don't know football, okay? I don't want the analyst version. Dumb it down, Coach, because he's real smart, y'all. He's real smart.
Okay, so JV football primary goal is development.
Okay.
So, you go into a game, you're game planning, you like to beat everybody. I don't know a coach that's sitting up here, a former coach that doesn't like to win, let's be honest. But, scheming up against the other team, something they can't handle, doesn't do any good when it's not what you need them to do on Friday nights when it's time for them to get on that game. So what we do is we try to take what the varsity does, we do the basics, focus in on it, our base calls, offensively, defensively, and then we look for execution. Can you handle the eye control? Can you handle the read? And if you can, all right, ball gets to you, it's time to make the tackle, it's time to make the guy miss. That's what we're looking for in JV.
Okay, well, thank you.
Winning is definitely not the most important thing. That's what you want to do every time.
We do want to do that every time. Yes, we're excited about that. And do you have, this is Coach Davis, which Red's going to introduce him in a minute. Do you have anything to add?
No, it seemed like
Okay.
it was kind of hard for him to answer.
All right. Because his answers sometimes are like way up there. Because I'll be honest, I'm like, Coach Schoolar's so handsome last year. I'm like, I'm going to film him and we are going to go viral. And then he started talking football and it was like way up here. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't use you that. No, we can't do that. So, but I love him and we have a good time together. So, okay, let's get to Coach Davis. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Coach says he's ready. Let's go.
Our final guest needs no introduction. You all know him. You all love him. Everybody give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Davis.
Woo! Coach Davis. All right, Coach. First of all, I'm distracted, and I didn't know you had these guns. Like you pulled this shirt. Miss Davis, you're gonna have to like not let him come in this T-shirt because I'm blocking myself. And I'm not trying to embarrass you because he's easy to embarrass. But homeboy is Jack this year. What did you do? Have you been like? Has that always been there?
Like Coach said earlier, grind.
Grind. Ooh, grind. Okay, I'm having a moment up here. And y'all, I'm in menopause. I don't have moments. I am so sorry. Okay. All right, let's get back to football. What is the attitude like at practice this year? What are you seeing?
Oh, well, I mean, we are, it feels a little bit like there's more focus, more drive this year, but it's nothing to do with what happened last year. Like, those guys that I had last year, they did everything I asked them to do.
Right.
You know, like they bust their butt. Like we were trying to win every game.
Oh yeah.
You know? So I think a lot of it has to deal with relationship, dealing with teenagers. And I've been coaching high school ball since 2010. And it seemed like the more they get to know you, the more harder they play for you.
Right.
So
building relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
Building relationships.
So, I mean, we just, that like we're getting to know each other a little bit more.
That's right.
And they're getting to understand what I want or what I want to see. And it's been pretty fun this summer,
it's been fun to watch practice. Yeah. Just so far, I'm like, wow, we done that before. That looks better. So, I'm not a football coach in any way. I'm just a football fan. So. But I'm excited.
Still blocking and tackling.
Hey, I am excited about what I'm seeing. So, can you think of like any improvements you see in the team this year? You kind of really already covered it, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, little attendance this summer, like head over heels, where it was last summer.
Fantastic.
Like Red was one of them. We had another kid, 100% attendance all summer.
Yep.
I don't think we had one person.
Ooh, yes, we did not miss practice
last year, but just there, being there, you can't get better if you don't show up.
That is true.
That's like 80% of it.
That is true. Well, and hearing things out in the community and what the other kids are doing, I know that a lot of kids are preparing themselves off the field. Like, the football camps, we bumped into Houston at UWA, when we went there, I was like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? That's my quarterback. I knew them legs. I was like, that's our quarterback. Is Houston here? So I'm sorry, y'all. Nursing, I'm always assessing people, muscles, arms, strong. Okay. So you're 18 months in, Coach. How has being a Panther changed you personally and professionally? Because he's from Maplesville. So you grew up over there.
Yeah. I mean, just buying in and just the way of life. I was a Panther day one. I got hired. Mm-hmm. So and that's how it should be.
Well, that's what we expect. Yeah. Okay, because I've been a Panther and he dug in, so he wouldn't be anything else. So,
but I mean,
it's a lifestyle.
It's not the first time I rooted for the Panthers. Probably 1 week out of the year I didn't root for them when I was younger.
Oh,
okay. I've always had relatives to play at Jemison, so like we've always wanted to see them do well, but I don't know. Haven't changed me much. I want to win no matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where.
Yeah, Coach, I very rarely, when I observe practice, hear Coach yell. And when I do, it's shocking. Okay. I probably only heard you say one bad word in the 18 months that we've been yakking. And he's just very calm. And I often wonder, like, if the building was on fire, would he be like, okay, y'all, come on, let's go? Or would he be like, hustle up, let's go? So you're just, how do you maintain that? Because I need to know.
I don't know. That's just my nature.
Okay.
I've always been like that.
Well, it's impressive.
Calm and collective,
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Is that underneath too?
No, it's probably my parents, how I was raised, I wasn't raised to be all emotional,
Okay.
So think first, tight, so
Whew, I need more training on that, but okay.
I guess.
Hey, your kids, looks like they're having a great summer. Your daughter's so smart in school, and everything. So congratulations. You have a wonderful family. We love them folks.
Thank you.
So we are so happy you came to Jemison, like just all the way around. You've been a blessing. Our coaches are wonderful. Our teachers are wonderful. It's all wonderful.
Yes,
and it's time to play football.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Y'all got $20 each. What you buying?
Go ahead, Sue.
Well, I saw plenty of pure glucose for candy in there, so I'd probably put about half of it on it.
Okay. You're going hard candy.
Yeah, maybe 5 towards the ice cream, and if, like I said, if Miss Courtney's running a food truck out there too, I'm probably gonna try to sneak out there as well. So.
Okay. Well, you're making good use of your 20. How about you, Coach?
Oh, a milkshake for sure.
A milkshake.
I know they probably hate making them, but I already told Lexi when I walked in that I'll be in there in a little bit.
Oh, Coach has got to get his milkshake, and it's got to be almost time for them to close. So I guess we're going to break it down like we usually do. This has been our first episode of the Panther Scoop. We appreciate everybody for coming by. Do what? Get it? No, we're good. We're good. But we might take a group photo after it's over, and we'll add it along. So, but you going to break us down like you usually do?
Yes, ma'am, I will. All right. Panthers on me. Panthers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Panthers!
Coach, I am so sorry. Don't wear that shirt in here no more, because every time I turn right, all I see are guns. All I can